Produce is best when freshly picked. Baked goods are best when just out of the oven. Delicious fresh food is just one reason to stop by your local farmers market this season. Some of the vendors at the Medina Farmers Market have several more reasons why everyone should support the farmers markets across Ohio.
Well, I'm Chris Olowich, and we're an organic produce farm on Litchfield, Ohio. I've been there since 1972, and we have really deep roots there, like an oak tree, because my father and I built the house. I planted the orchard, planted the blueberries, etc. And for all the generations back, we've been organic. Organic became a thing in the 70s, but it's how people have always farmed. But I took a hiatus from that to pursue an education, and I also became I was actually a master pastry chef. So we had a bakery cafe, the Stone Earth Bakery, which we opened in 1994 in Frederick, Maryland. And because I was a pastry chef, we did pastry arts, but we also had 70 kinds of bread, which we did in a rotation. On average, we had 12 to 15 kinds of bread. Like here, I'll have 14 kinds of bread. And because this market is so well managed and so well attended, I can do the variety. Because the smallest batch for me is eight loaves. At previous market, I was just, I'd have like 6 different kinds of bread. But I split my day in between farm work. I usually get up at 5 a.m., start with weeding and watering. I'm weird. I like to weed. If you like to weed, you're weird. But for me, it's a meditation. It allows me to connect to my plants. It allows me to observe. I have a friend, Jerry, I call him, and he is a mockingbird, and he waits for me. Talk about connected to nature. And he sits up there and he sings to me the whole time. So I weed, I water, and I do biointensive agriculture, which means in a footprint like these 2 tables are 12 feet long, I would put 1,000 garlic in there. There's just enough room in between the plants to do your weeding, fertilizing, whatever. But salient point I'd like to leave you with is people ask me when I tell them, I'm an organic farmer, they ask me, like, what do you grow? Earthworms is the answers. Because human health is based on healthy soil. And the strongest way to facilitate that is through earthworms. So we have 20 beds. They're 30 inches by 60 feet, and we cover them with organic matter, and the earthworms pull that down. My soil is like coffee grounds. So.
My name's Cameron. I'm co-owner with my husband of Drift Hills Farm. We're in near Ashland, Ohio, and we offer organically grown produce and bread, sourdough bread. We kind of started in the city, actually. We were living in Oklahoma in the city, and we were kind of doing the backyard homestead kind of thing. And my partner is into permaculture, and so he's always been into agriculture. I grew up on a farm. So when we had kids, we moved to Ohio, and we leased a farm, and then eventually we bought our own farm. So, well, I just love working with the land. I love that my kids can be out there with us harvesting and doing everything. I like to be outside. I like to work for myself. I also really like to grow organically grown food and to nourish people that are eating our food and to know that I'm offering something that is actually helping people to be healthier. I think that people need to know that farmers are dwindling and farmland is dwindling. And it's actually really, from my perspective, it's actually kind of scary because I'm not seeing a lot of people my age doing this. And so I'm, every time I get tired and I feel like I want to quit, I just think, who will do it if I don't do it? So I would encourage more people to get into it, to support local farmers and to really appreciate the local farmers because there are a lot of people who don't appreciate. So it's nice when we get the customers who are like, wow, thank you so much for showing up. So yeah, just to support the local community, because if we don't have that, then we're just totally lost. yeah, as they say, no farms, no food. So, and that's real, and that's happening right now. So, support your local farmers. Yeah.
Just like it says on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good.
My name is Eric Mahalo. I own the farm at Chatham Lee. It's a bakery, and I do produce as well. I used to grow a garden as a kid all the time, and I just I majored in landscape architecture at Ohio State, so I did that for a while, and then started a bakery, a wholesale bakery, and that's where I started doing all this stuff. And then the family bought a farm in Chatham Township, and decided to farm the around the homestead. I'm pretty much just doing the farming part time, and it's very difficult. But that's neither here nor there. I just it's important to know where your food is coming from, and we don't use any pesticides or chemical fertilizers. We make our own compost, and first of all, I love working for myself, and which is the ultimate as far as I'm concerned. But I love being outside, and I also love educating folks on, especially even on the bakery. On the bakery, I use non-bleached, non-bromated flour, which we're out there. It's like I said, it's tough work, and it's a labor of love.
My name is Dan Konkis. I work for Sherrick and Ari Ross. They're the owners of the farm. Where I live, there's a lot of farming. And my neighbors, Eric and Sherry Ross, own the farm. And so I got involved about 17 years ago, helping them in a number of different capacities. For them, it's a great way to give the community fresh produce. And I think that's the biggest thing for them. But we also have a lot of entertainment on the farm, too. So we have a pumpkin festival in the fall. That's a big draw. We've diversified, but they got into it because it's a family history. It's 50, 60 years of farming, which their father started, and so that's how they got into it. For me, the biggest thing is bringing all our fresh produce here. We're here on Saturday from 9 to 1. We're in Chagrin Falls on Sunday from 9 to noon. So we bring all our fresh produce. We bring our melons. We bring corn, and people just love the idea of fresh produce. In the beginning of the season, we pretty much just bring the cold crops, the lettuce, beets, things like that. And then as we go on and keep adding, people love to get fresh tomatoes, fresh mini tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. They've been all winter not having fresh vegetables and fresh fruit. They just really appreciate it. I like working with the people here. We bring a lot of really nice folks from the surrounding communities in Medina coming to this market. This is a great market. Probably the biggest thing is buying local. So many people want to jump to the grocery stores right away, and not knocking grocery stores because sometimes they do bring in local farmers stuff. But by buying local at the right from the farm, you're helping out the farmer. You're getting fresh stuff. So it's a win-win for both.
Benjamin Richardson. I'm kind of operator of Richardson Farms. It's a family farm. My dad's the owner. My family's been doing the fruits and vegetables, greenhouse, row crops for about 7 generations in Ohio. So we've been here for a while. So it's just something we do. And it's been in our family for a while. I mean, there's so much stuff. You get to work from home. You get to make your own hours. But the only down thing is there's a lot of hours, and there's never enough time to finish what you're doing. You get to meet a lot of people, and it's fun just to do work outside. It's great. Like if you're in the community and you have a local farmer that sells their produce or whatever they have, support them. It would help them and their family immensely. If you do get any produce and you worry about where it comes from, how it's produced, if it's sprayed or not, if you have a local farmer, you can just ask them and you can get the direct approach, and you won't have to worry about recalls and all that stuff that you have to go through a grocery store. And it's always better to know where your food comes from, and you can ask questions and you get answers. It's fresher, it's closer, and I think it's better for the environment. So come out to the farmer's market and spend some money.
To find a farmer's market near you, log on to ohioproud.org. For In Ohio Country Today, I'm Amanda Mangan.